Jace Riven wiped the grease from his hands and stood up from under the broken engine. Another long day in the repair bay at Outpost Doria 7. The space station floated near the edge of human territory, far from the busy trade routes. Nothing exciting ever happened here. Just broken ships, cold meals, and silence. He looked at the control panel in his workshop. A red light blinked slowly, the sign of an incoming signal. Jace frowned. No ships were scheduled to arrive today. He pressed a few buttons and opened the channel. A weak, broken voice came through. It was not in any language he knew, but the tone was clear. A distress signal. Jace checked the origin. The signal came from a damaged alien ship floating near. A dead star just outside the station's border. Most mechanics would ignore it. That area was off-limits, marked danger zone by the station commander. Ships there often disappeared. He ran to the station chief's office. "Commander Varen," Jace said. "There's a distress call. Might be serious." Varen didn't even look up from his tablet. "Probably an old wreck. Nothing to do with us. Stay inside the boundary. That's an order." But no buts, Riven. You're just a mechanic. Let the patrol ships handle it, if they care. Jace clenched his jaw. The voice from the signal still echoed in his mind. Someone was in trouble. That night, while the station slept, Jace slipped into his small personal shuttle. He loaded some tools, an emergency med kit, and food supplies. He knew the rules, but he couldn't ignore the signal. He followed the A source through the empty stars. After an hour, the dark shape of the alien ship appeared in front of him. It was large, sleek, and clearly not human-made. Its engines were dead, and lights flickered dimly across its hull. Jace docked his shuttle, carefully. The airlock on the alien ship was locked tight. He pulled out his scanner. No heat, no movement, he whispered, but still some power. Someone might be alive. He connected a cable to the door and started hacking into the control panel. The alien technology was strange, but Jace was good with machines. He talked to them in his mind like old friends. After 20 minutes of work, the door opened with a hiss. Inside, cold air rushed out. The hallway was dark. Jace stepped in slowly, flashlight in one hand, wrench in the other. He moved through the silent corridors, passing signs and symbols he didn't understand. Then he found the room. 6 large pods stood in a circle, glowing faintly. Inside each one lay a woman, tall, with light blue skin, silver hair, and strange tattoos on their faces. Their eyes were closed. Their breathing was slow. The pods were life support chambers, but the power was failing. Jace ran to the closest one. The control panel was flashing red. The pod's power would be gone in minutes. He opened his tool bag and got to work. "I've got you," he said softly, not knowing if they could hear. He patched the failing wires, used a battery pack from his shuttle, and redirected the power to the pods. One by one, the warning lights turned green. The women inside remained still, but their breathing became stronger. Then, one of them opened her eyes. She looked at him with confusion, then fear. "It's okay," Jace said quickly, raising his hands. "I'm here to help." The alien woman blinked slowly. Her voice was soft, weak. "You are not one of them." "One of who?" She tried to speak, but coughed. He helped her sit up slowly. Her hand gripped his arm, strong despite her weakness. "They will come," she whispered. "They always come back." "Who?" She looked into his eyes. "Zarn." Jace didn't know what that meant, but he didn't like the way she said it. "I'm taking you with me," he said. "You're not safe here." He helped her back into the pod to rest. Then, one by one, he moved the other pods to his shuttle. It was a tight fit, but he made it work. The alien woman who spoke, her name was Talia, stayed awake, watching him carefully. As he finished, the ship's alarm beeped. Jace turned to the window. A dark shape moved in space. Another ship. This one was large, black, and sharp like a claw. It didn't send a message. It just turned toward him. "Time to go," Jace muttered. He jumped into the pilot seat and hit the thrusters. His shuttle pulled away from the alien ship just as the new vessel lit up with red lights. It was following him. Jace raced through the stars, dodging debris and broken asteroids. He looked at the sleeping pods behind him. "I hope you're worth all this trouble," he said. Talia opened her eyes again and whispered, "You have no idea." Jace Riven flew his small shuttle through the asteroid field, his hands tight on the controls. Behind him, the large black ship still followed. It didn't speak, didn't warn, didn't ask. It just chased. "They're fast," he said, glancing at the scanner. "But I'm smaller." He turned sharply between two spinning rocks. The shuttle shook, but it held. He knew this field well. He had flown here during training years ago. Now it might save his life. More importantly, it might save the 6 alien women in the back. The pods were stable for now. He had connected them to the shuttle's power system, but it wasn't designed for this. The controls flickered. He couldn't keep flying like this for long. Jace tapped the screen. A blinking message showed low power, life support overdraw. He frowned. No, stay with me." From the back, he heard a voice. You are risking much." Talia had sat up in her pod again. Her voice was soft, tired, but her eyes were awake and full of thought. Jace nodded without turning. "You're alive. That's enough reason for me." "You don't know who we are." "Doesn't matter." She was silent for a moment. Then she said, "Most would have left us." Jace smiled slightly. "I'm not most." The ship behind them fired a small energy blast. It missed, but it was close. Talia grabbed the side of her pod. "They want us back," she said. "Who are they?" "They're called the Zarn. They are hunters, cold and silent. They sell the living to the highest bidder." Jace's stomach turned. "Slavers?" Talia nodded slowly. "Yes. We were taken while traveling to a peace summit. They boarded our ship, killed the guards, and locked us in those pods. We waited, but no help came." Jace's face tightened. "Well, help came now." He pulled the shuttle upward and out of the asteroid field. The black ship paused, unable to follow as easily. He gained a few minutes. His station, Outpost Doria 7, came into view. Small, rusty, but still standing. Jace sent an urgent message. "This is Riven. I'm returning with survivors, alien passengers in medical pods. I need docking clearance and power support. Urgent!" There was silence. Then came Commander Varen's voice. "Riven, you disobeyed direct orders. You better have a good reason for this." "I do. 6 of them, and 1 enemy ship on my tail." Varen cursed softly. Then, "Docking granted. We'll talk later." Jace smiled. "Thanks, boss." He docked quickly. Medical bots rolled in to help carry the pods. Talia refused the bots and walked slowly with Jace's help. Inside the station, the other 5 women were still asleep, but safe. The med team took them to the healing rooms. Jace stayed by Talia. In the command room, Varen waited with a sharp look. "Explain," he said. Jace told the whole story. The signal, the broken ship, the locked door, the 6 alien women, and the black ship that still waited just outside scanner range. Varen rubbed his forehead. "You brought trouble here. Big trouble. They were dying." "I know," Varen said quietly. "But the station is weak. If that ship attacks, we won't survive." Talia stepped forward, her voice stronger now. "Then we must be ready. The Zarn do not forgive. They will come." Varen looked at her. "Who are you?" She stood tall. "I am Talia, guard of the Silver Star Empire. I speak with full right. If you help us, my people will answer your kindness." Varen still looked unsure, but he gave a slow nod. Fine. We'll defend the station. Later, in the workshop, Jace checked the old defense systems. Most were broken or half-working. But he knew machines. He could make them talk. Again, Talia walked in, watching him with calm eyes. "You fix things well?" she said. Jace shrugged. "Machines make sense. People, not always." She smiled. "You fixed more than wires today." He stopped and looked at her. "They were going to die. I just opened a door." "Sometimes," she said, "a single door changes everything." They worked together into the night. Talia helped him learn more about the Zarn, how they moved, how they attacked, how to trick them. Jace taught her how to boost old shields and reroute power. By morning, the station was no longer just a scrapyard, it was a trap. The scanner beeped. "They're here," Jace said. Outside, the black ship floated into view again. This time, it sent a message. "Surrender the prisoners, or be destroyed." Jace looked at Talia. She looked back. "We will not surrender," she said. The black ship hovered just beyond the edge of the station's shields. Its sharp shape blocked the light from the nearest star, casting a long shadow over outpost Doria 7. No name, no sign, no lights, only fear. Jace stood in the control room. With Commander Vareen and Talia, the Zarn message repeated on the screen. "Surrender the prisoners, or be destroyed." Vareen stared at it for a long moment. "Can our shields take a hit?" "Not from that ship," Jace said. "But we can." "Buy time," Talia spoke calmly. "The Zarn always strike with fear first, then fire, but they do not expect resistance." Varen raised an eyebrow. "You think we can beat them?" "No," she said, "but we can hurt them. That will delay them. And delay gives us hope." Jace nodded. "I've already started reworking the defense systems. We've got old cannons, scrap drones, and enough parts to make a surprise or two." "Then get to it," Varen said. In the dusty halls of the station, Jace moved fast. The medical team had stabilized the other 5 alien women. They were awake now, weak, but recovering. All of them had battle training, Talia had told him. Even injured, they would fight to protect their people. Jace rewired an old mining cannon, gave it new energy packs, and mounted it near the main docking bay. He placed motion mines in hidden corners of the station. He attached fake power signals to old broken ships, making it hard for the enemy to find the real control room. He wasn't a soldier, he was a mechanic. But machines were like puzzles, and war was just another kind of puzzle. Talia joined him during the work. She moved slower than before, but stayed steady. Jace noticed how she watched everything, always alert, always learning. "You trust machines more than people," she said once. "They don't lie," he replied. "But people can surprise you," she said. "Like you surprised me." He smiled, a little. "That was just a door." "No," she said. "That was the beginning." By nightfall, everything was ready. The station lights were dimmed. The fake signals were active. The weapons were armed. The Zarn ship moved closer. From the medical bay, the alien women, Talia and her 5 sisters in arms, stepped into the main hall. They wore armor made from station parts, held stun rifles given by the human crew, and stood tall despite their injuries. Varen looked at them and nodded. "If we live through this, remind me to never argue with warriors like you," Talia smiled. "We accept your terms." The screen lit up. The Zarn spoke again. This time, it was a tall figure with gray skin and no eyes. His voice was cold. "You made your choice. You will burn with them." Then the signal ended. The black ship charged its weapons. "Shields up," Varen shouted. Jace ran to the power panel and switched energy flow to the main shield grid. The station shook as the first blast hit. The shields held, but only just. "Return." "Fire!" someone yelled. The old mining cannon fired. It hit the enemy ship's outer edge. Sparks flew. They didn't like that, Jace said. More blasts came. One hit the edge of the cargo bay. Fire spread, but the auto doors sealed it off. Talia led 2 of her team through the halls, setting off traps and drawing the enemy drones deeper into the maze. The Zarn had sent small attack bots to sneak inside, but they didn't expect what waited for them. Each drone that passed a corner was hit by a shock trap. One tried to blast a power cable and was blown apart by a motion mine. Jace watched. It all from the control room. He felt like his machines were alive, protecting them, fighting back. "They're turning," Varen said. "Enemy ship is preparing to dock." "They think we're weak," Jace said. "Let's show them the truth." The Zarn sent boarding pods. 2 crashed into the lower level. The alien warriors inside began to cut through the walls. Talia and her sisters were waiting. With fast, smooth moves, they attacked. The stun rifles sent blasts of blue light. The Zarn fighters fell. 2 alien women got wounded, but they held the line. "Tell Jace," Talia said over the comm, "the hunters have become the hunted." Back in the control room, Jace stared at the scanner. The main enemy ship had stopped firing. "Why?" he asked. Then he saw it. Another ship, huge, silver, and glowing with white light, appeared from behind the nearby moon. Varen stood up. "That's not one of ours." Talia's voice came through the speaker. "It is mine." The Silver Star Empire had heard the beacon. Help had come. The Black Zarn ship turned away and fled without a word. The station lights returned to normal. Jace sat back in his chair and let out a breath he didn't know he was holding. "We did it," he whispered. Talia entered the room, blood on her armor, but her eyes bright. "No," she said softly. "You did it." The Black Zarn ship turned and ran. Its dark engines lit up, and it disappeared into deep space. It didn't try to fight the large silver ship that had just arrived. It didn't even send a message. Jace watched it vanish on the scanner. "They're gone," he said, still not believing it. "They really ran." Commander Varen stared at the screen. "I've never seen a ship like that before." "It's not human," Jace said quietly. "It's hers." The large silver ship came closer. Its smooth, bright surface glowed gently in the darkness. It stopped just outside the station, not threatening, just watching. A message came through. "This is the Imperial starship Kalura. We come in peace. We are here for Talia and her team." Talia stood beside Jace in the control room, her head held high. "They heard the beacon." Jace looked at her. "That's your people?" She nodded. "Yes. That is the empire we serve. We are not many, but we protect peace in our part of the galaxy." Varen stepped forward. "Will they help repair the damage?" Talia smiled. "They will help in every way." An hour later, the silver ship sent small transport crafts to the station, but they didn't come with weapons. They came with doctors, repair teams, engineers, and supplies. The injured were taken for healing. The damaged walls were repaired with advanced tools. Even the old mining cannon was replaced with a newer model. For the first time, Outpost Doria 7 felt like something, more than just a scrapyard. It felt alive. Jace walked through the halls, watching the silver-armored workers move with speed and skill. Talia walked beside him. "You really scared the Zarn," he said. "They fear what they cannot control," she replied. "They do not understand kindness or sacrifice. That is why they lost." Jace shook his head. "I was just fixing wires. You and your sisters did the real fighting." Talia stopped and looked at him. "Jace, without you, we would have died in those pods. You gave us time. You gave us hope. The Empire knows this." He looked away, a little shy. "I was just doing what felt right." "That," she said, "is why you are special." Later, Talia invited Jace aboard the Kalura, the silver starship. He stepped inside and felt like he had entered another world. The walls were smooth and glowing. The air smelled clean and fresh. Music played softly in the background, strange but beautiful. He met the captain of the Kalura, a tall woman with golden eyes and a voice like wind. "You saved royal guards of the Empire," she told Jace. "Your name will be remembered in our halls." "I'm not a hero," Jace said. The captain smiled. "That is why you are one." She showed him the ship, its engine room, its living quarters, its star garden, a place where light flowers grew under glass. Jace had never seen anything like it. "Everything runs so smooth here," he said, amazed. Talia looked at him. "Would you like to help us keep it that way?" He blinked. "What do you mean?" "The Empire needs engineers. You know machines better than anyone I've seen. And you have courage. Come with us. Work with us." Jace was silent. He looked back at the station through a window. Outpost Doria 7 was old and broken. The people were cold. The work was hard. Then he looked at the Star Garden again. He saw light, peace, and meaning. Before he answered, alarms suddenly rang on the Kalura. Jace looked at Talia. "What is it?" Guard spoke. "Two small Zarn ships have returned. They're attacking a civilian freighter nearby." The captain gave the order. "We move now." The Kalura turned in space. Jace grabbed a rail as the engines roared. He stood in the engine room now, helping the crew adjust the systems. It felt natural. The tools were different, but the heart of the machine was the same. It listened to him. He rerouted the power to the shield grid, boosted the pulse drive, and stabilized the energy core during the jump. The battle was short. The Kalura fired bright beams of blue light. The Zarn ships were not prepared for a full Imperial vessel. One ship exploded. The other ran again. The freighter was saved. Later, Jace stood on the deck, looking out at the stars. Talia came to him. "You were amazing down there. The ship moved like it knew you." He smiled. "It's not magic. It's just listening." She looked at him for a long moment. Then she said, "The reward I told you about, it's not gold, not treasure. I figured," he said. "It's trust. It's a place. It's the chance to be more than what the world made you." He turned to her. "And are you offering that?" She smiled. "I already did. All you have to do is say yes." The stars outside the window of the Kalura blinked softly, like they were waiting for Jace to make his decision. He stood in the quiet hall, looking out at the galaxy. So much space, so many worlds, and for the first time in his life, it felt like he belonged in it. Behind him, the soft sound of boots came closer. It was Talia. "You've been quiet," she said. Jace turned to her. "I've been thinking." "I hope good thoughts." "I never planned for this," he said. "I just wanted to fix machines. I didn't think I'd be here. In a royal ship, talking to an alien guard with the stars wide open." Talia smiled. "That's how the best stories begin, by surprise." He looked at her carefully. "You really want me to come with you?" She nodded. "Yes, you saved 6 lives. You stood against the Zarn. And you see machines not just as parts, but as life. Our empire needs people like you. People with heart." Jace took a deep breath. "I've never left human space before." "Then it's time," she said. "You've already stepped through the first door. Why stop now?" The next day, a ceremony was held inside the Kalura's main hall. Bright lights shined down from the ceiling. The hall was filled with both human and alien visitors. The 5 other women. Jace Save stood proudly in armor, fully healed. Commander Varen came too, wearing a clean uniform for once. A tall woman in a silver crown stepped forward. She was High Commander Virella, a leader in the Silver Star Empire. She looked at Jace with deep respect. "Jace Riven," she said, her voice clear and warm. "You acted with courage, even when others did not. You risked your life for strangers. You held off the Zarn, And you protected peace. Jace shifted nervously. I just opened a door. Everyone smiled. Sometimes, Varela said, that is all it takes. She handed Jace a small silver badge. It had the symbol of a rising star. This is the mark of unity. Few have earned it. Fewer still from outside our worlds. The room clapped, not with loud cheers, but with quiet, respectful hand touches, the way of the Empire. Talia stepped forward next. She gave him a new toolkit, sleek and shining. You won't just be a hero, Jace. You'll be our engineer. Jace took the tools slowly. They felt light, but they held weight, not metal weight, but meaning. He nodded. All right, I'm in. That evening, Jace returned to Outpost Doria 7 one last time. He walked the halls where he had once fixed broken pipes and dusty engines. He stopped at his old workshop. The lights still flickered. Tools hung on the wall just the way he had left them. Varen stood at the door. So, you're really going? Jace turned. Yeah, they need me, and I think I need them. Varen looked down. Can't say I blame you. This place isn't much. Jace smiled. It was enough, for a while. Varen held out a hand. You're not just a mechanic anymore, Riven. You're something else now. Jace shook his hand. Still a mechanic, just with a bigger ship. Back aboard the Kalura, Jace started his new life. He worked in the main engine room, learning alien systems, repairing glowing tubes and floating circuits. The machines were different, but they welcomed him. He even gave some of them names. The crew respected him. They listened when he spoke. Talia often stopped by to help or just to talk. She didn't treat him like a worker. She treated him like an equal, a friend. Sometimes they laughed over late-night tea in the dining hall. Sometimes they sat quietly in the Star Garden, watching the glowing flowers sway in the still air. One night, Talia said, "You're more than just the man who opened the door." "And what am I now?" Jace asked. "You're the one who kept it open." Weeks later, the Kalura was sent on a peace mission to a new world. Jace stood on the deck beside Talia, looking down at the green-blue planet below. "Ever seen a place like that?" she asked. He shook his head. "No, but I think I'm ready." She touched the silver badge on his jacket. "You were ready the day you chose to help a voice no one else heard." Jace smiled. Maybe the universe was big. Maybe it was full of dangers, like the Zarn. But it was also full of light, full of people who cared, full of chances to make a difference. And Jace Riven, the human mechanic who once worked in a dusty space station, had found his place among the stars.